and welcome to We Women Want. But first of all, I'd like to wish all our viewers a very happy Women's Day. After all, that is really what this program is all about, isn't it? This is the show where we raise issues related to women, we raise concerns, we actually celebrate the heroes and also flag off issues, red flag the issues that need to be taken up and try and find solutions. So in a way, we're also a support group. But today we have a very special program coming up. We're here trying to tap into the mind of the women of today. I have with me students from the Vedika Scholars Program for Women. They're all between the ages of, they are all in their 20s. I'm not going to give you the ages, but between 20 to 30. And they're all fiercely determined. They're all career women. Most of them, in fact, I'm going to be asking them what are their priorities, what do they want from life, what do they want from their corporate environment, what do they want from their marriage, relationships, are they ready for marriage, do they want to have kids without marriage, that is also on the table. Everything is on the table for the women of today. That is what makes us so special. And welcome all of you. Thank you so much for coming here and taking the trouble to join us on this show. First of all, I think let's try and get to know where you all stand in terms of your priorities, what all do you expect, because you are really at this cusp of life. You're going to start off, and it's brilliant to be in your shoes at this moment. So how do you feel in terms of you got in front of you, I guess, career is an option. You're all graduates. There must be pressure on you or for marriage. What do you think of relationships? So what are your priorities in terms of career, marriage, kids?
My name is Nilanjana and I'm from Kolkata. I did my graduation from Calcutta University in BSc Psychology Honours. So when it comes to career, I want somewhere where I can get opportunities in terms of both equality and equity.
Oh wow, interesting. Explain.
Yeah, when it comes to equality, I want all my male and female colleagues to see me equally as them and not something as a subordinate in that kind of a role. And when it comes to equity that way, it's like we should treat everybody with whatever needs they want. We should cater to all their needs. It's sometimes like somebody needs mentoring. So we should provide them with that and not deprive them of it.
Okay, you said equality. I want to ask you, do you anyway feel that you are less than men? Have you been ever made to feel that in today's world? Any of you? Who wants to take that? You take that.
Yeah, so personally coming from a family that is very supportive and very pampering, I don't think I've ever felt that way. My father has always encouraged me in pursuing my dreams. But when I think of corporate places, I think there are still gaps present between the gender equality.
Have you ever been made to feel that in any point?
Some point of my life,
You've
yes.
seen it happen to a colleague or a friend?
Yeah, I have definitely seen that happening during my internships, where women have to prove their point 10 times in justifying themselves, but men, on the contrast, have to say it only once, and that works.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Shiksha. I have done my economics from DTU, and I'm from Ranchi. And I just want to say about that, we can see that there's progress being made in gender equality, but women still face a lot of barriers in pursuing leadership roles. So why is it still happening? Why is it difficult for them to break the glass ceiling?
Just tell us who you are first and then.
Hi, I'm Manushi Ghosh. I am from Shillong and I did my bachelor's in biochemistry. So coming back to the question, I would like to give a background about my family. So I have a younger sister, so we are two sisters. And I have personally never been made feel that I'm any less than a boy in that way. But, there are subtle remarks that my parents get from people around that, it's so sad that you don't have a son that way. And it's like my parents don't even feel that way. They are being made feel that way. So it's there. It's present there. Even if it's not very evident in today's generation, it's still there very subtly. Whenever I'm expected to do something in my family, being the elder child, I'm supposed to do it in a way that a son would have done it. It's okay if I do that thing and be responsible, but why am I expected to be responsible as a son? Why can't I have the same kind of responsibility?
Explain that responsible as a son meaning.
As in, very little things. If I have to do some work in bank or something, or I have to go get some groceries and stuff, so they'll be like, be mindful of the money that you're spending, because as people expect men to be more smart that way when spending money.
Got it.
So yeah, those are the little things that actually I feel that it's there. It's not very omnipresent, but it's subtly there.
So there's a point from here, people feel that men are made for certain careers and women are made for certain careers.
Yes.
For instance, today we have a finance minister who's a woman, but usually it's a male dominated. जो भी women आती है उनको women and child development ज़्यादातर देते हैं. So how do you feel that in terms of your career choices, when if you told that take a career that is less demanding because आपको you have to get married and raise a kid?
Yeah.
First, who you introduce yourself?
My name is Priyanka Mishra. I come from Bhilai, Chhattisgarh. I completed my MSc Biotechnology from Pune. So there have been, even now that I've completed one postgrad program, still I get to hear that this is industrial field, you can't enter this. And there are some of industries which I don't want to name, pharmaceutical ones. They restricted women from getting inside because of the timings and so. But then there is this underline which comes. Women are not designed for this workplace, so you should better not apply. Especially finance, especially anything to do with numbers, stats. They don't expect. So I can't name relatives. So, but then they have this, your maths must be weak, so it's fine. Don't work on it because you will anyway get into any other field. Medical will be good for you. So it comes with pre-designed notions. Yeah, stereotyping.
Correct.
Which I know we are just caring for you. This is not coming from some hatred. Understand? So these things are still bothering us.
First of all, do you all have, we're at that age where there will be some auntie or someone saying कि अभी तक शादी नहीं हुई and so sad and what are you doing with your life? How many of you have that pressure?
Hi, my name is Divyanshu. I'm from Delhi and I've done my bachelor's from Lady Shri Ram College. So in terms of relationships and right now, I think I'm so blessed to have a family wherein my father and everybody is so supportive of my career. But in terms of pressure in the larger environment, there's always a pressure that people see you that you're getting to that age where your biological clock is kicked.
Oh yeah, that's the other pressure.
So, and at some point of time, you also start getting that pressure. Oh, if I don't get married at this certain age, I won't be able to find a good match. I won't, even in an arranged marriage set. The societal, environment is such that it looks at you at certain point that if you're that age, maybe you're not desirable enough. Maybe at certain age, you won't get to a point where, how will you be able to manage the work-life environment, how you'll be able to raise the kids. So I think that pressure is always there. And as a modern woman of 21st century, you have to cater to that. But it's sad that, it's always looming in your mind that you have to, get married at some certain point.
See, yeah, not to this thing, but there is some traditions have some kind of a logic to it also. Unfortunately, the biological clock is a very real issue. If you have kids after 40, then there could be some issues related to the health of the kids also. Though, of course, now we have the option of IVF, which again is an expensive option. So, it's not really an option that's, and can you be a single mother? It's very great to be independent single mother, but there are a whole lot of, certain statements are made for the cameras that behind the thing, the reality is, can you actually run your home, be a single mother, look after your kid and earn for a single father? I'm sure he must be facing the same problems also in that sense. But what you said is that my family has been very supportive of me as a career. You don't hear guys saying that. Guys are just, in a way they tell us when I do this show and the men say, look, you girls have a choice. We don't have a choice. We have to have a career. We have to be the breadwinner. You can take a choice. So it's a knife that cuts both ways. Yeah.
So hello everyone, I'm Testuzi Das. I'm from Ranchi. I've done my BSc Zoology from the RD College. So talking about the part of choice, like men have that and women doesn't. I'm a single child. All right. So, like while I was in my 12th and my parents were considering, where to, where do I want to pursue my further studies from, there was this constant comments from relatives and people around me that I was getting like, she will be married someday. Why are you investing so much in her? Like at the end of the day, she'll be gone, she'll have another family, she'll be abandoning you. So this concept of abandoning, as Manishi also said that, there is this sense of responsibility as a man, from men lens, from an elder child, and considering that I'm the only child, so there is always a dilemma of why do you want to pursue, what is the need? So that what is the need question always comes. It's not that it's my choice that I want to study further, that I really want to explore what I want to do next. It always ends up in marriage. At the end of the day, you'll be looking after somebody else's house, but you want to have a career. So that's the sad part.
Fair enough. Yeah, sure.
Hi, I'm Jubeda. I've completed my BBA from Shadi University, and then I worked for around 2 years. And here I am at Vedika. So I just wanted to extend to what we were discussing and what Kasturi also told, that the responsibility has only added. And also, like, before marriage, we also have this inbuilt pressure of, figuring out our career and settling, because after marriage we know that we won't be getting that much of a time to focus on ourselves.
Because you'll have to have kids or you'll have to be...
Yes, there will be career breaks. There will be added responsibility, because will not only be by ourselves but also in the in-laws and husband and kids responsibility. And we can't even expect, it's risky, right, that we'll be getting the kind of support that our parents is giving right now. So
the breakdown of the joint family is another
Yes,
reality
that is-
for today's women.
yes.
Yes.
Hi, Sriya. I'm Arushi and I'm from New Delhi. Just to add a point to my peers is that I have 2 siblings and both of them are younger than me and I'm the eldest one. So whenever I'll get married, I've already made a point in my head that whoever will be my in-laws, I'll have to go and explain them that, listen, I'll be earning and my first part of my earning will go to my parents. If there would have been a boy at my place, he would not have to explain that. I will have to tell them that my earning will go to them.
I think I have to give you a hand. That's excellent. That's really a good...
And-
I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah, and thank you. And if anything after that is left with me, I'll obviously help my partner, because there are other things also. There's so much of our economy which is declining, and I'll be happy to help my partner. But first, who would look after my parents?
Absolutely.
Will you think of that? If there was that son, nobody would have asked me that.
Not at
I
all.
would like to add to that.
Please do.
So my name is Kunjal Gawas and I'm from Maharashtra. We as and I have done my undergrad from Lady Shri Ram College. So we as women, we always have this at the back of our head that we need to start earning soon, because once we get married, we need to adjust our careers according to our husband's career, and we will have to move in wherein he is moving in. There is always this sort of unflexibility that goes on in our heads, in our parents' heads. If we compare our situations today compared to what our mothers have been through, in the 90s, the age of marriage used to be around 23, 24. As soon as you graduate, you should get married. But now for women from our social category, we can say that age of marriage has shifted a bit. After 25, maybe 27, 28, maybe we can figure out our careers a bit. But still we have a long way to go with regard to that. Because I come from a defense background and I have seen the wives of army officers who have to compromise on a very successful career because they have to be with their family. They have to be where their husbands are.
Correct.
And despite high qualifications, they have to forego their careers, and the opportunity cost is high. But then they compromise on that because they want to be with their husbands. So it's a sort of slippery slope and a tricky line to walk on.
So now I just want to talk to you a bit about, the corporate culture. For instance, when you join work, do you feel that if there is a handicap because you're a woman, you will be, do people taking maternity leave for sure? Are you also happy that now paternity leave has come in, or do you feel that will that kind of levels the playing field a bit? What kind of a policy would you expect in your corporate, or do you want for an ideal policy? We know what exists, but what in your mind would be the ideal one?
My name is Simran Kapoor and I have done BTech in computer science, and after that I worked for 2 years. Now I'm pursuing a management course. And as you said that in corporate, I think there's a very extreme difference between MNCs and lower companies. If you look at MNCs, they have very good maternity policies, and they are now introducing paternity leaves as well. But in startups and lower, small companies,
It's family owned.
do you consider? I mean, the employees are not even aware that it is something that should exist.
That's interesting.
So when we want to go, I think definitely paternity leave is very important, because without it, fathers don't even realize that it's their that they also have a part in raising a child.
That's true. When they get the perks and they want the
Yes, getting inspired by Virat Kohli. Oh, he's so involved in his family.
Child.
But earlier, I think fathers, they had this, I don't even think that it's their mistake, but they had this notion that their part is ending at earning money for their family and not being involved too much in it. But a child cannot be raised by just one person, not by a single mother, neither by a single father.
correct.
So I think there should be equal opportunity for both the parents to get some time off from
For the kids. Okay.
But what happens with mothers is that they find it hard to go back there.
Yeah.
After 1 year, it's very hard to go back. And today, environment is so fast paced. I think after 6 months, you forget that what was going on.
Also, someone else has taken your place. So, to come back and regain is also a problem. I'm going to take a quick break and come back and keep the conversation going. And let's talk about some fun things. We're all here and we haven't even talked about dating, relationships. Let's bring that in. Let's also bring in some of their political views. What are they expecting from our leaders, our political leaders? Let's have a conversation on that. Hello and welcome back to We Women Want. Well, it is Women's Day and we are here delving into the minds of the women of today, the young women who are really here to, stepping into their tomorrows. A bit about, guys, what do you do to have fun? We see there is a lot more options in terms of, relationships going out. There are all these apps that are there. Or in the end, is it, I've also seen a lot of people that problem of choice has become a problem. You're very quick to swipe right or swipe left, whichever one is there to dismiss. And then you're left with no one. So how do you feel are these apps? How many of you try these apps? Are you think these are good, these are bad, or these are the marital decision left on your parents? Who wants to come on that? Good.
I got a boyfriend over there.
Oh, well done.
We have been in a relationship for 3 years. So I think that a relationship is important for us because we are finding more of an emotional partner that way.
Yes.
Because at the end of the time, there will be friends, but there needs to be some kind of emotional connect when you're thinking about your own self. And that is what is missing all the time. Because people have a lot of expectations from you. And you're a girl, you must have conform to the norms which are set by society. And
Well said.
It's kind of a crime.
Very well said. But do you see that, in terms of relationships, are you happy with by that you have chosen your own partner? I'm not saying this is going to lead to marriage, but whatever, at least, or would you like to leave that choice to your parents? How important is...
I feel that my own rights are very important. I completely believe in love marriage, so I think my own choice is really very important that way. And when it comes to arranged marriage, it is so difficult because you don't know a partner that well, and all of a sudden you are being given up the responsibility. Okay, you have to go and just manage the household of this man you randomly know for some days. So isn't it very ridiculous because love marriages are considered to be a great taboo that way, but you can live in arranged marriages whom you even don't know.
Correct. No, so what are you looking for in relationship? Let's ask you that. What are you looking for in your partner? Is the family, how important is the family? How important is the person? How important is how much he's earning? How important is, does he have a mother-in-law? How important are these factors? Yes.
Hi, I'm Kanti Rekha. I did my BSc in biotechnology.
Okay.
So I actually want to answer the first question you asked.
Answer any question.
Yeah. So talking of dating apps, I think it has become too mechanical these days, and people are only focusing on the looks, all that, and it's just like right swipe, left swipe, and it's like mental pressure on young people these days. I think these days, more than dating apps, I'm preferring apps which are social, which helps me to socialize actually. Apps which help me to find badminton partners or something like that. Recently I've been trying, Delhi has been, I come from South India. So after moving to Delhi, I've been trying many board gaming places, badminton places, Lodi Garden. They have many games which they organize.
Right.
So I think more than dating apps, which is completely mechanical, I feel that these social apps which help you to socialize and build real connections. it plays a key role.
And you're going in it the right way. It's better to have a friend first and then,
Yes.
it's absolutely the right way. Well done.
Yeah, talking about that, so we as we young women of now this age, we expect our partners to be more understanding, to respect us as they want to be respected. We don't want to see them as a working lady who is managing all the stuff, home and work along with it, and the person is not helping out. That has gone long way, and I must appreciate that boys these days are little understanding than they were before. They're also taking care of the child, they're helping in the home course and everything, and they are giving the space to the partner to grow. This is the biggest achievement which I have seen in the ages which in recent years.
That. Yeah, I think everybody's, the stereotypes are no longer happening, and what we began by saying equals, it's now a equation of equals. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Khushi and I'm from Surat. I did my postgraduate diploma in public relations from Xavier Institute of Communications. So talking about what we young women expect from our partners, first is to be understanding and supportive of our careers, because there are still many who think that we can just kick our careers and just either join their family business or maybe just circle our lives around them, which should not be the case.
Yes.
Because we ourselves and our parents have invested a lot in providing us these opportunities, in guiding us in making a name in the field where we want to work. So it's not like a matter of a joke. Like, career should not be considered as a second option for women, because it is. When it comes to marriage, women are often considered that ठीक है career तो संभाल लेगी, शादी के बाद कुछ भी कर लेगी, whatever suits, whatever works, कहीं भी कुछ भी काम कर लेगी. But that should not be the case, because there's a lot of time, there's a lot of energy that we have invested in ourselves, and I think that should be the most important thing that should be taken into consideration when we talk about marriage and we talk
So
about
how many of you, I'll ask you, are open to the idea of house husbands, that you work and the husband stays at home?
Yeah, even I'm
We okay with that?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I think there was this very good movie that also came out, Key and Ka, which tried to represent that concept, but I think that to become a reality, it's still a long way to go. Also because of the fact that the society has ingrained the concept of men being as a breadwinner. So and it also comes to the ego. Say for instance, if you ask him to sit at home and I'll go and work, and like, no, how is that going to happen?
Correct.
But for them, work is their life. For us, work is just our hobby. That should not be the case.
Okay, you wanted to come in, honey.
My name is Gaurika and I'm from Delhi. I completed my graduation from Delhi University in Geography Honours. So adding to Khushi's point, I think house husbands is a choice, like more of a, like if someone asked, would you be a housewife? So I think it all depends upon the choice and roles which we assign to that. If a woman is there, she has to take of the child. So why don't we think of like as it is not about taking care of child or doing a job. Why don't we treat it as normal? It's our baby. We have to take care of them. We both can earn and both live a balanced life.
My name is Shabana and I completed my graduation from Delhi University. So just wanted to answer the question that you asked, like men as a houseman. Okay. So in that case, I think we always want to have equality between men and women. So we had that option to choose whether we want to be a working woman or we want to stay at home.
Right.
So in that case, I think men should also have the equal opportunity to choose, like whether they want to.
Yeah, well said. Yeah.
Or they want to work. So I think they should also have the equality.
To choose.
Looking for the.
So in that way, we are, I say, more equal than them because we have a choice. We can. That's another way of looking at it. But before we end, I wanted to ask you a bit about your take on the politics of today. Who are the? If you can name 3 leaders that you like, that you feel are good for the country, that you. Or 3 that you don't like. Not interested in politics. You're not happy with our leaders. You expect more. What are your expectations from our politicians?
I would not name names.
Yeah. Okay.
But in general, because, we have over the years, like, it's been so long that we got our independence, but there are so many things that still needs to be done in our country. So, of course, like, for example, hygiene is not really well in our country. So I would want political parties to not just think about all these things
during elections, but work on them, throughout the years and tenures. And maybe like if they do show their potential and do work on things, they don't have to resort to freebies during elections.
Well said, yeah.
So that way I would want them to actually focus on people for once and not just on their interests, create more jobs, because in recent times there had been a lot of chaos, especially in the corporate, and with us going into the corporate and seeing the job scenario, it fills us with so much of insecurity that, oh my god, people are getting laid off, people are not getting jobs, people are not getting the kind of roles they want. So those are the things, if the government could work in, providing more opportunities, that would be more appreciated.
Well said. So, quickly.
Also, adding to the Manushi's point regarding the hygiene, I think Modi 1.0 did the great job in opening a Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and providing toilets, because a simple hygiene factor, toilets were not there before that. So they focused on building that, and I feel that did a great job in providing sanitation to all.
Okay.
That I think government are like trying to win their votes by providing subsidy to the citizens. Like there are yojanas like Mahila Samman Yojana, and also where they provide 2,000 monthly for women.
Right.
And they have also made buses free for women. So they are.
So are you happy with that or not?
I think I'm happy with that, but I think more than that, they should focus on building employment for the youth.
Wow.
And instead of providing subsidy, they should focus on building employment.
So not short-term solutions, but long-term. And this has been a fascinating conversation. Yeah, quickly, because we are.
It's just my wish for future that at least we should, as women, as like men, we should at least once experience what we had in future, a prime minister who's a woman. I really look up to Indira Gandhi. I worked her museum. So her policies, her vision, I really hope to see a woman who stands up, takes a front as a woman, as a prime minister. So it's really my wish
to have a woman prime minister again. We want to take the leadership back in our hands. Well said. So on that note, the women of today, it's amazing. We are here, we're not taking anything for granted. We know what we want. And also we're ready to, share the equality pie all around. It's not that somebody's taking anything away from the men. And don't give handouts. We want jobs, we want to earn our own money. We don't want freebies, we don't want handouts. What we want is respect, dignity, and to live our own lives. Thank you so much, all of you. It's been amazing to talk to you all, and we wish you all a very happy Women's Day.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.